72 hours without any food or water and set up my own survival bush camp, and I'll show you all the little tricks that we do on the survival course in the army. Let's go. First things first, I need to find my campsite. I don't want to be out in the open, stuck in the sun. I want to be closer to water and hopefully under a bit of shelter. Priority number one, get to water source. They do say you can get 3 days maximum. In a place like this, where it's this warm, you've probably got anywhere from 24 to 48 hours before you're in big strife. It is getting thicker, which means I will be getting closer. Once I go there, then I'll choose a spot to shelter. But I don't want to get there too late because I still need time to light fire and get up somewhere to sleep. See these things here? It's bush mint, extremely hairy and annoying and itchy. But if I can get a straight one like this should be perfect for my fire starting. Oh, bugger. Still got a bit of green leaves on it. I mean, it's not dry enough. Smells nice though. Use it as a good tea. Well, I'll keep my eyes out for some more. Found one. Dry enough. Get all these off. My mouth is getting dry, so I didn't realise how long it was going to take me to find this damn water hole. Righto, I've come into the open here. These big kapok flowers will at least give me something in my mouth. You can eat these flowers, they're called kapok. They don't really have a flavour. And make sure you don't eat the ants. There's always little ants on there getting the honey and stuff out of them. They look slimy. I know it's not sounding nice, but they don't really have a flavour. So at least you're eating something. And my mouth was getting extremely dry. Should find water shortly. Until then, flowers for tea. All right, first good sign. Where's ever those pandanus around, there has to be groundwater. Maybe meters underneath it, or this area has water or is a soak. So now I just need to get down there, see what's going on. That looks dodgy as. That looks like croc infested water. I mean, have a look at that. That definitely looks croc infested. I'm gonna climb across that tree. God damn it. How do I get up this tree now? It just looks croc infested. Like it just, tell me that doesn't look like there's crocodiles in that. I gotta get myself a camera crew and a caravan. It looks like I'm gonna have to cross it. I don't know if there's a way around it. One thing I know for sure is the river is that way. I need a drink of water. I can't drink that water. I'll sit you here. That way if something does happen to me, it's all on camera. I've always wondered, I'll put it across to you guys. You guys can comment below what you think. Say you have to cross a creek and you suspect it's crocodiles in there. Do you both go across at the same time, or one person go across? He may accidentally get eaten like that. If he doesn't, he makes it to the other side. Or do you be the second person who, at least if he gets eaten, you don't have to worry about going in. If he doesn't, then you're stuck on the bank and you have to go across because he definitely ain't coming back. What would you rather do? In pairs, go first, or go second? I've always gone at the same time. I feel like that would be the safest bet. Because I feel like if you're stuck on the bank and that person's gone first, that's terrifying because now he's just woken up everything, and if there is going to be a crocodile, he's going to be right there. All right. Ooh. That's deep. And there's big ass spiders over there. Woo. Big cane toad, it's alright. Get rid of these big spider webs because I don't want to jump through those. There's a shallow spot this way. Ready. It wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. See these pandanus, they are spiky. You pull these out, but in the middle is this white stuff, which is it's edible. It tastes a bit like not very nice spinach. And it's stringy. But if you're hungry, you can eat it. And it's quite juicy, so it is putting water in my mouth, which is good. It's what I need at the moment. Looks like this is where wallabies use this trap. It's be a good spot to put a snare, although trapping and snaring is illegal in Australia, so I'm pretty sure the river's on the other side of that. That's why there's going down here into these washout areas, sunken areas. Yeah, at least out here I can still see which direction I'm heading in. You get disorientated in a survival situation, it's very, very dangerous. That can make things go from bad to really bad. Look at that, it's like a bloody forest. It's getting warmer. All right, this is kind of opened up to a jungly kind of area. Nice and shady. These things here are all neem trees. They're all pest trees, which will be good for making a shelter with. Nice and straight. They're pest. And I definitely don't mind cutting the bastards down. I might find a spot that's got a little bit of a clearing, a little bit more of an opening, closer to the damn water. See if I can set up camp there before it gets dark. I've got about 3 hours before dark, so not a lot of time. In any survival situation, food is nearly the last thing you need, to be honest. First thing you need is to get rescued. Second thing you need depends on the environment you're in, whether it be shelter if you're in freezing cold environments, or water if you're in hot. You can go for quite some time, a lot longer than you think, without food. Your liver stores plenty of energy for at least 2 days without having to even, you can run a marathon without having any food in your stomach. See this creek line here? This comes out of the mountains. I'll tell you how I know that. This is all soil and forest area, but in here is gravel. This comes out of the mountains and runs into the Ord River, which is essentially where I want to get my water from. So if I follow this down, head spin. If I follow this down to the water's edge, I should at least find somewhere I can get some drinking water, somewhere to set up camp and get fire before it gets dark. There's the water, clean water too. And I reckon I could probably fish in here somewhere too. I reckon if I dropped a line in there, I could get a catfish. Yeah, that must be the Ord River out there. There's all the reeds. And I'm gonna grab a drink from just there. And then we can go set up camp before it gets dark. I'm running out of daylight. Good thing about these cups, handle, you can put them on the fire and boil your water, but I mean, Ord River's all rainwater. A few bacteria won't kill you. Crocodile might. Look at that, clear as crystal. Oh, does have a bit of a muddy taste to it though. All right, hydrate and go get a fire set up or camp set up. I might set up just a bit away from here because it's a bit too thick in here. Probably a ton of mozzies too. Let's get started. Right, I saw this place on the way in. I'm thinking about this here. This is already a bit of a lean-to. The aim is to do as minimal work as possible, expend as little energy as you need to. Now, I'm not here to get out of the rain. It's the middle of the dry season. My priority isn't rain. It is probably more just for a bit of shelter, even though it is pretty shady in here. What I'll do is use what is naturally here. You've got this curved log at the back there. You've got these things here that are curved in almost perfectly. If I trim this up, put some sticks across the top there, down the back, that'll stop a bit of the breeze and allow me to have a little bit of a shelter in there without going all fancy dancy. I can clear this a bit and have my fire out here. And there's a lot of straight sticks all around. All right, I'm gonna set you up here and get started. Now that we know where we're camping, I'll show you what I've actually brought. I've got a machete. It's good for chopping down big stuff. I've got a saw, especially if I make a nice little shelter. It's not like you're always gonna have this sort of stuff when you happen to be stuck in a survival situation, but for the ease of things, I've got that. My knife, batteries, my GME. I always take this with me. That way, if anything does actually seriously happen, snake bite, this little bad boy can get me out of strife. First things first, what I'm gonna do is get fire started. While it's still the sun's a bit out, it's a bit dry. Once the afternoon sets in the dry season, dew can start to set in, and that can make things a little bit damp and make it extremely difficult to get your fire started. Use all the elements to your advantage. A little fire started. You can never be too careful. I don't want to start a bushfire. I mean, in a survival situation, they can be useful, but if you're going to start fire, use fire signals. You want to actually make sure it's planned, as in get it set up ready for when there's a plane or you hear a chopper or something, so that you can then send signals. You don't want to do it randomly or accidentally. Righto, now it's time to go and get fire. That's why I camped close to where the bit of the opening was. That way I can go and get some grass. I camped down in there in the jungly bit. I got my rupu, which would be good. You need that for your ember. Now I collect some grass. Got my little bird's nest. Collect some sticks first so we have something to put directly on. You don't want to get all your bird's nest ready, start a fire and have no sticks ready to go. So we'll collect that, get a little fire going, and then get our camp set up before she gets dark. What we're gonna do is now make fire using just this stick. What you want is something that's pretty straight. That's pretty straight. You want it about, I don't know, what's that, 10 mil, just over 10 mil thick. If it's too thin, you get blisters real quick. If it's too thick, you can't spin it quick enough to actually get any flame, and you're using a lot of effort to push it down. What we'll do is we'll take off the base, about where it starts to curve. Now we're going to be a base, we're going to drill into this. Use the back of my knife. I'm just going to smooth it off a little bit so it doesn't give me blisters. Now we want this to be a little bit of a point, nothing too crazy, like that. Not pencil sharp, but enough to still be able to make a drill. And then this is our base. We want to, so we'll flatten out the bottom part of it, just like that. It's not much. There, that should be there just fine. It's about the same thickness. Make a little mark in the middle. I call it a pizza slice, but it's just a little groove. And that is where the ember is going to form. Once all the hot stuff that you're drilling out, all that sawdust will land, and that's where it will gather and hopefully start a big fire. All right, let's just give it a little warm up. Here's our little hole there with that pizza chunk start out of it, and that's going to drill into there like that. I'm going to use my blade here to catch the ember on. Dust my hands up, just a practice run, just to get the little groove happening inside there. I don't want to put too much pressure on my hands yet. I just want to get a groove happening so that when I do start to put pressure, there's already a groove, it's not going to slip out. Bird's nest ready, hand drill ready. Bugger, slipped off. That's starting to heat up my hands real quick. I've got to be careful because if I don't get fire within the first couple of goes, my hands will blister up. I think she's going there. That's starting to blister. Oh, that's smoking. That was my last go. That's smoking up. You can get that into a full ember. There's no rush. You want that to become full size. Get our bird's nest, drop that in, and then you blow until it starts to glow. That's the rule. And don't blow much harder than that, otherwise you'll blow it out of your nest. There we go. Fire. Let that burn, let that burn. All right. It just needs to keep going until tonight so I can then have something to start with. All right, fire started. Time to get the camp set up before dark. Here we go. As many straight sticks as possible so I can put it around the back and make a back wall to stop any breeze coming through. So it helps keep me warm. It does get down to like 15 degrees at night time, which is for you Victorians and New South Walians and Queenslanders, that's not that cold, but up here that's a bit brisk for us. I got a heap of leaves and things off the ground and then cover it on top. Might even put some sticks down this way to kind of makes you feel more protected. Everything's mental when it comes to survival. As long as you're feeling a little bit more comfortable or a little bit more at ease, your whole body can relax a bit. When you're relaxed, you think a lot clearer and you make a lot better decisions, and that's what will keep you alive in any survival situation, is having a level bloody head. Starting to look better. Still needs a bit of coverage, but starting to look like a bit of a a little house that I can live in. This is like being a big kid again, making cubby houses. Except for this one, you actually have to sleep in. These vines here are very good. They're very durable. You can use to tie things up. If you want to make a really good waterproof one, you need a lot of vines because you need to make a good structure and then a good lean-to. It definitely ain't going to rain anytime soon. So all this stuff here, what I'll make will just be a shade shelter, somewhere to make you feel secure, keep you away from the dew and the wind. I'm going to collect all the leaves to put on top to cover the whole thing so it's nice and cozy in there. And I probably need to make a bed out of this stuff. Them bugs crawling all over me. It is a lot of work, and in a survival situation you do have to be very careful of how much energy you're expending. If you were stuck out here and this was going to be your house for the next 4 or 5 days, you want to be really careful of how much energy. If you think you can't get food, we know we've got water, but that's not a problem. You won't die in 5 days, but you'll get incredibly lethargic and you can start to make stupid decisions or make mistakes. So I'm going nice and slow. I'm a little bit hungry. Haven't eaten since this morning, so I can already start to feel like a bit lightheaded. I've got the water just down there, which is good. I can go down there and get water whenever I needed to. I think I will run out of light tonight before I get everything completely done in the camp. But I think first thing tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have to go and get some catfish or some bush tucker to keep me going. So for now, I've got to collect some more firewood. As you can see, there's still a bit holy under the back of that shelter there. Finish that off, see how we go. A few spiders on my rooftop, but they might catch some mozzies for me. Always try and have things to achieve, especially in a survival situation. It's better you're doing something than sitting down and doing nothing. Unless you're preserving your energy for a good reason, it might be your break time. If you're starting to miss home and have all those sort of thoughts come in, get a knife and whittle a toy or improve your living conditions to try and make things more comfortable. That way you can relax a bit more. I decided to start making a little hammock bed thing for daytime snoozers, midday snooze. Get your jobs done while it's cool at night time. Hopefully tomorrow I can have a midday snooze on a hammock. Have a look. So I'll use these vines. I'll collect a heap of those. I've already started putting that in place there. Put one across here, and then use the vines to weave in between. And I should have a nice bed for tomorrow. It's getting dark now, so I think it's time I get ready and see if I can get as much sleep as possible. I just heard a dingo. Gives you a little bit of skin. Not that dingoes can do anything, they can just be a bit cheeky sometimes. I think I can hear them out there. I think I might stoke the fire up and then, yeah, get the fire going. It is a bit chilly too. Alright, see you in the morning.
Interrupting this episode, guys, how would you like the opportunity to win a brand new Patriot X2 Tourer for free? For free. It doesn't get any better than this, guys. It's only 2 months in, so the odds of winning the best you're gonna get. They're bloody good, I'm not gonna lie to you. So look, guys, the Explore Dream platform's all about us being able to give you guys epic prizes that we use all the time to get out and live the Explore Dream. We've taken the Patriot campers all the way through the top end of Australia.
Around America.
They really are the ultimate when it comes to an off-road camper. Now look, if you sign up for free this month, next month you'll already have double entries into winning the next prize.
Oh, the Hilux.
So literally turnkey package on that Lux, ready to go to Cape York. Whoever wins it is also gonna win the chance to grab the keys and come along on an adventure with me and Navs. We're gonna take you on a trip, guys. So if it's something you're interested in, not only do you win epic prizes, you got discount codes that will save you hundreds and thousands of dollars, some exclusive merch, and we're planning some pretty cool meetups for all of our members. So if you wanna check it out, the link is in the description below. But enough of us dribbling, back to the episode.
Morning, day 22, stuck out in the wild. It did get chilly last night, so I'm gonna add a job list to today after fishing is bedding. it takes a lot to heat ground up, so you lose a lot of your heat to the ground. All right, it's getting light enough. Last night, while there's a bit of time, I don't know if you can see that, I started setting up my hammock, a bit of vines to hold that together, use a natural fork in there. What I need now is more vines. You can almost get all these creepers that go along the ground. They go a long way, the bloody rope, look at that, all the way to there. Perfect. Vines can't do knots, but you can at least lock them back onto themselves. If you put too much of a bend, it'll snap. Curve around a log, they can handle that. Yeah. How good's that? Now I'm gonna make a pillow. We'll wrap some vines around that. Oh yeah. One thing to remember, these vines don't stay green and fresh forever. They probably last maybe 4 days, maximum a week, before they'll start to dry out and then it'll snap and you'll fall through. So take that into consideration. By the way, sap comes off those vines. Always bring a fishing line. 30-pound braid with a tiny hook on it. Small hooks catch lots of fish. Big hooks only catch big fish. Hopefully we can go catch a catfish. We won't just throw it on the fire. We'll do something a little bit different. Everybody's seen fish on the fire. Gotta go catch some bait. It doesn't matter if I spend a few hours this morning. I need the food just to pick me up a little bit, give me a little bit more energy. All right, let's go. I'm gonna catch some bait, whether it be a little frog, insect, or cockroach. Then we'll go fishing. There's gotta be something amongst these reeds. Gotta be. Oh geez, sinking. Whoa, she's moving a bit. I'm actually running out of energy. I need some food. All right, I'm gonna keep searching. I worked all day yesterday and all I ate was flowers and pandanus. Look what I found. I found Wilson. Look at all the holes in it. See all these hole marks? Could be a dog, but also crocodiles will attack it just as it's coming through their area, their territory. They'll just have a go at it. So if this might have even been pumped up and it was floating, you often see it with floaties like crab pots. They grab them and have a go. It's bloody hard walking along that. And look at this. See that track there? That's a crocodile nest. Look at that. It's only a small one and it's gone all the way back down there. Look at it. Back under there. You could eat crocodile eggs. These would be freshwater crocodile eggs. I mean, I'm hungry, but not to hurt a crocodile. The thing is, goannas will probably dig that up in the next week or so. Gotta feed the goannas, I guess. That's pretty cool though. All right, we have got bait. Best possible outcome, a cockroach. Took a lot longer than I expected. If I can find a deep spot along here somewhere, I think I'll be able to fish a lot easier. And that's the open old river there, so I reckon I'll be able to catch a big catfish. Maybe even a big barramundi, imagine that. That would be epic. This is as good a spot as any. I've got a bit of an opening there, I can walk out, stand on that, throw it out. I've got a tiny little sinker on that, so that'll hold it. Oh God. I ended up walking a lot further than I expected. I used a lot of energy up, so hopefully we catch a fish here. That needs to happen. Lunch! A little caddy. Oh, as they call it, silver cobbler. Be careful with these guys because they have barbs, spikes on the back here and on their side fins. They're big, sharp spikes. You get those in you, you're in a world of hurt. Boiling hot water, or as hot as you can handle. If you get stung on the hand, don't put it in, it'll make the pain go away. A few more of these and I reckon I'll be good. That's bigger. Or it's stuck in the reeds, one of the two. No, that's definitely bigger. Whoa. That's 2 feeds. That's slightly bigger. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I ended up just using a piece of the other catfish because Caterpillar wasn't working. Let's take those back and cook them up. I'm bloody starving. Gonna make a little something to carry my fish. A fish carrying stick. Home sweet home. Fire's gone out. Help! Drop some food. It's alright, I got me fish. Probably should give him like a better name. What do you reckon? Something strange like Matty, Matthew. Yeah, Matt sounds good. Draw a big moustache on there, maybe a bit of mullet. Yeah, alright Matt, we're gonna do some baking, some cooking. Oh, it's a good name, Matt Baker, that's your last name. Just a random name that I picked out of nowhere. We'll make a little drying rack type thing, and we'll kind of smoke the fish a little bit instead of putting them straight in the fire. Make something a little bit cool. There's my rack. I'll put that over my fire, put the fish on top, let him grill. A fish gutting station. Might just debone the fillets off him. Save that for bait. Don't ever waste anything. Let's put these on our grill. Righto, I'll get the fire going. Get a little bit of hot coals there. That way I can put the fish on there, rack straight on. That smoke actually takes away a lot of the fishy flavour, and catfish, if you've eaten them, are very fishy, especially freshwater ones. And while I wait, Matt and I are gonna have a little snooze. Actually no, Matt can stay over there. I'm in the big bed tonight. Oh, that is actually super comfy. Good night, Matty. You can wake me up about 15 minutes when the fire burns down. What was that? No, keep it down, please. It might get you on camera. It's all right to talk to inanimate objects. Keeps your mind going. It's only a concern when they start talking back. Made another friend. There goes this little guy, little jumping spider. He's much better looking than Matt too, even with 8 eyes. Yeah. Oh, he jumped on the camera. Put it on the rack, and I'm just gonna put it next to the fire here. Oh, there's a heap of blowflies trying to lay some extra protein on there. Good amount of heat, not too much flame. Let's put that fish straight over the top. They are starting to sizzle, which is good. Righto, fish are ready. Have a look. Have a look at that. She's sizzling away. There's even a bit of fat and juices coming out. Those two are definitely ready. I'm gonna go sit down with Matt. Ugh. Hey Matt, hold that for me. That's good enough. Yeah, let's break it. I mean, it tastes like catfish, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat this. That's me for lunch. Catfish. I think I might have a vegetarian dinner. I'll show you, I found some bush tucker today that you can eat. I think I might have a midday snooze. Bit of leaves, bit of bone. That fish did not get very far. I'm coming down to get some dinner, which I'm gonna have kabunji weed. You can actually eat the roots. So I'm gonna pull out some of these, get the roots out, and cook them up for dinner. What we want are the roots. See these big white roots here? The inside of these we can eat. Things like that, that's what you want to see. Nice big fresh ones. They're actually pests. They're introduced species. We'll leave it out there where it can die. Not very fruitful. Pulled out half the damn river. Put these straight in the coals and you can eat the whole inside. It's actually not too bad. Put them straight in the fire. You let them roast up and you can eat the inside. They go all soft and gooey. I'll show you in a minute. Very toasty. Let's try this one. Smells good. Smells like corn. Peel that off. It tastes better than catfish. The inside's like a fleshy. That's just all stringy. All guy, it's bugger all. You see that inner part there? Ah la 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 la, wow. That's the bit you're eating. Oh, I've got 5 more to get. All in all, so far that's probably one of the best tuckers I've had. Addy, that's pretty good. Oh, kapok flower's pretty nice too. Not too bad. What do you reckon, Matty? No? You're a fussy eater, you know that, Matt? Bloody hell. running out of energy, big time. Second day in, it starts to get to you. I eat a lot of fruit normally, so, and without having the sugar that goes straight into your bloodstream, that food is a lot slower to give you energy. It's not, you're not dying, it's not bad, it's not, you're not actually starving. It just feels that way. Definitely a big mental game because you just want to sleep. We've got to keep going though. I need some breakfast. And I haven't got a lot of hours left in the day, so what I'm thinking is I reckon we get cane toad breakfast. Sounds good? Not really, no. We're getting them. Righto, sun's on the way. I'm gonna go back to that spot where I crossed. It's not too far, and see if I can catch one of those cane toads. Gotta be careful where I'm putting my feet, because this is also the time that snakes come out. Let's see if we can get ourselves some dinner. This looks very croc infested. Look at those bubbles coming up over there. You see that? You see the bubbles coming up? Yeah, geez, that's not scary at all. I can see a cane toad. He's looking at me, that little. Gotta get there before he jumps in the water though. I'm gonna do that. Whoa! Jesus! Right, let me cross back over this tree. Dinner. We could have catch another one, but I don't like those bubbles at all. Cane toads are poisonous, yes. These glands here release white poison, so you don't lick them, whatever you do. Kill him, they don't release their poison, and then we skin the back legs, and that's pretty much all you can eat on a cane toad. We're gonna give that a go, I'll show you. I gotta get back before it gets dark. It's good to keep your hygiene up, especially in a survival situation. Not only is it good for mental health, it makes you feel good and feel a bit better when you're clean. I mean, I'm not going to jump in and have a bath, but I'll at least have a little bit of a rinse. Look at that, crystal clear water. Using my shirt, I dry it off by the fire. It's refreshing. Time to head back to camp. Can't wait for breakfast. Gotta save something for tomorrow. Still got to walk out. Hopefully cane toad legs can get me there. I'm thinking that tonight I might even sleep in my little grass hammock. Even with all that grass there, it'd still be warm enough, better than on the ground there, I think. Also, this is what cane toad legs look like once you've finished skinning them. That's actually not too bad. That's a fair bit of meat. So you just basically cut up the legs, and then I just cut through the back of the spine there and then grabbed it and basically peeled it out. I might need to give it a little bit of a wash. Put them on my rack, they can dry out and be ready to go for the morning. Can't wait until breakfast now. That's what's left of the cane toad, by the way. It's the skin. You can actually keep the skin, you can tan cane toad skin. I've seen people that have done it before, but I have no need for this. Mr. Froggy is still moving. He's bloody still alive. Crikey. Just about to go dark. I'm a bit concerned about my cane toad legs. I'm thinking the dingo might come and get them tonight. So I'll eat them now, or I might hang them up in the tree a little bit actually. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Alright, Maddie. Say good night. Yep. I'll see you in the morning. The bed was a lot better to sleep on, but maybe 3 o'clock. Started to get a bit cold, so got the backpack out and decided to sleep pretty much alongside the fire. The ground was actually pretty warm here. All I've been thinking about is big juicy steak. I know I shouldn't be thinking about it, but you can't help it. You just gotta know, you gotta keep going until the end. It's alright, I got cane toad legs to eat. Super excited to give that a whirl. He looked like a fat bugger too. Probably way too hot. Here's my little frog legs. Put him straight on the fire. There's a lot of meat on that. Quietly impressed. Oh, that's looking great. It's definitely ready. Looks like chicken so far. Imagine if you can get 10 or 15 of those things, you'd have actually a good feed. Definitely enough to sustain you. There'll be plenty of protein in there. Yeah, good tucker. What do you reckon, Matt? You want some cane toad legs? No, you want pasta. Should have left you in the river. I know another guy called Matt too. He's probably just as useful as you are. Here it is. Toasty. Let me see. Jeez, you're a strong bastard. Probably a bit dried out, these bits. Tastes like a burnt chicken wing. Hey look, the bones come right out. That's a good sign, isn't it? Must be. Oh wow. That is like chewing on a chicken flavoured rubber band. Wow. That bastard is tough. It just tastes like burnt chicken wings. Wow. Right, just hold up. You can't chew this. Look, if you're super hungry, that's pretty good. That's actually tastes better than the catfish did. Not gonna lie. It feels like you're eating a lot more food because you're chewing on it for so long. Get 20 of those, you got yourself a feast. I need a drink of water. I think I thought if I waited until morning, it would taste better because I was thinking about bacon. Turns out it still tastes like cane toad legs. Could have been worse. Could have had nothing. Comment, let me know if I should take Matty. I'll do them all up and, you know, put a moustache on him and he can travel with me every time I go on an off-grid episode. He's a bit of a weirdo, this one. Righto guys, that's it for this episode. I have to now pack up and start walking out. If you guys like this stuff, please like, subscribe, and make sure you get out there and enjoy the Explore life. Have a good one.